On this special edition of Celtics Courtside Club, the best of the Celtics, we'll look back on the past 5 years. From the formation of the new Big Three to a valiant run in this year's Eastern Conference Finals. We'll see how the willingness of the captain to endure through tough times helped turn the franchise around, and how the addition of another vet led to a change in culture.
When you hit the tunnel, when you come through the tunnel, there's no feeling like that.
We'll see how hard work pays off for the greatest three-point shooter in NBA history, and watch a young point guard turn into one of the league's best.
Rondo for two.
All of this done under the guidance of a very special coach, whose commitment to the team is critical for the Celtics' future success. And we'll also be joined by Mr. Celtic himself, Tommy Heinsohn, in this special edition of Celtics Courtside Club, the best of the Celtics. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Celtics Courtside Club, the best of the Celtics. I'm Carolyn Mano. It was truly an unlikely run. Celtics were below 500 at the All-Star break. They were pegged as too old, facing too many obstacles. Yet they made it to Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals, only 12 minutes from their third trip to the NBA Finals in 5 years.
I think this group is definitely special. I mean, this is a group that is never going to quit. I mean, you look at all the circumstances with the shortened season, the number of injuries, all the adversity, us being too old, the losing streak, the trade rumors, and then some way, somehow we continue to overcome all those adversities. And
I can say that what we went through early actually has created what you see now. Man, we went through some rocky times, but it builds character, it builds second skin. This league is about what you can take and what you can give back.
There's nothing more special than a group that you've been in a lot of battles with, a lot of wars with, and all the naysayers are talking about you. When inside that locker room, we understand what we got and we know what we're capable of.
Paul for three. Got it! There is Paul Pierce at his best. Rondo with the steal. Pull-up jumper. Got it! And Pierce rejected by Garnett. His fourth block of the game.
We're going to ride Kevin all the way until his wheels fall off. And he's bringing it every night.
Kevin takes it. Got it! Kevin Garnett. Johnson driving to the basket. Pierce some defense. And that's the ball game. The Celtics are headed for the second round of the playoffs. It'll be Boston against Philadelphia.
Pierce drives on Holiday, coming strong baseline again. This time he goes to the right hand for the flush. A dominant championship caliber performance by the Celtics going on the road.
We didn't slow down. We kept fighting and we kept pushing.
Fourth quarter of Game 7. Ray Allen for three. Bang! Second three-pointer for Allen.
Pierce runs over, man. They got to call something. It's
Paul Pierce is fouled out.
He has. Paul Pierce has fouled out of Game 7.
Now somebody else is going to have to be a hero.
Corner shot clock, return to Rondo. Got it! It ends up in the hands of Rondo. This one's definitely a three, and it's definitely good. It took all 48 minutes of all 7 games, but the Boston Celtics are taking their talents to South Beach.
Just a brilliant performance from Rondo. 44 points, 10 assists, 8 rebounds.
The Eastern Conference Finals have returned to the Garden. It's a must-win weekend. Loaded to Ray Allen in the corner. It's a three. Got it! Hey.
We're definitely glad to be in our building. That's one thing for sure.
And a steam down the right side. Lob for Garnett. Two-hand slam.
Desperation game, man, to be honest, man. I think we played like it, too.
And the Boston Celtics have done it again. The team that refused to die now will get the first chance to live on to the NBA Finals.
We stuck with it, we kept fighting, and we found a way to get the win.
And the heart of a champion displayed once again by the Celtics, but not enough help on their side and way too much talent on the other.
But I want to say to all the fans, man, thank you guys, man. I've never in my life experienced anything like this in any sport. And I'm just truly blessed to be a Celtic and be a part of the city of Boston.
These are, I know I'm biased, but the best fans that I've ever played in front of, ever seen in my life. I know they understand the situation that is before us, and we understand it. And it was It was special. You know, I'll talk about that forever.
I mean, we have the best fans in the world. You know, you're down 20 at home in the playoffs, and they cheer us off the court. I mean, that's just awesome. You know, that's why we have the best fans in the world.
Joined now by Celtics legend Tommy Heinsohn. Tommy, how much did this team exceed expectations this past season?
Well, I'm sure at the time that last summer, they thought that this team was going to really compete. They thought they had really gotten the bench together to help the big three and the big four with Rondo. And the lockout kind of really dispelled any terrific success. But Paul Pierce coming out when they first started the season with an injury really affected them greatly. And then the expectations was not met until the All-Star game. And they started to get the chemistry together with 7 new people. And when they got the chemistry together, the fans started to really enjoy this up-tempo, upbeat, very aggressive, team-oriented basketball style. And right down to the bitter end, they gave this town every single ounce of basketball ability that they had. And I think the city appreciates it and understands that they went as far as they possibly could.
Well, Paul Pierce really was the first piece of the puzzle when you look at the recent run. He had plenty of chances to leave, but he decided to stick around anyway and become the captain that Danny Ainge could build a championship around.
With the 10th pick in the 1998 NBA draft, the Boston Celtics select Paul Pierce from the University of Kansas.
There's no other franchise like this in all of basketball, and you knew eventually it'd turn around. You know, I've just always been an optimist, just knowing that, you know, eventually, you know, the next year. That's what I always kept saying to myself, that it'd eventually turn around, and then, you know, it took one summer for us to really turn this thing around.
Paul became a free agent a couple years ago and decided he wanted to stay. Paul's been a great player, and we tried to build a team around Paul.
So it says a lot, you know, when you see a guy like this to be able to come in here, be with one franchise, good and bad, hard times, stay with it, stay with it, stay with it, show us loyalty, and that's what you want from a franchise player, man. You want somebody that's willing to take those punches and then come out the corner swinging, still swinging even when he's on one knee. Continue to give everything he has, man.
You got to continue to work on your game every year to get where he's at in his career, and he's been special for the Boston fans, and they've had a lot of success with him. His name will be brought up with everyone that played in Boston and finished their careers there, and it's a good place to be, and he'll appreciate it more once he's done with basketball.
Still to come, we take a look at the intensity Kevin Garnett brought with him to the Celtics, and possibly the only coach who could handle 3 future Hall of Famers. Stay with us. Welcome back to Celtics Courtside Club, the best of the Celtics. And when it was playoff time, the Celtics were one of the best. Since the new Big Three were assembled, the Celtics have the 2nd most playoff wins in the NBA, trailing the LA Lakers by only 1 game. One of the reasons for that success has been the intensity with which the Celtics have played. And when you talk about intensity, nobody comes to mind more than Kevin Garnett. He single-handedly changed the culture of the team, leading by example.
It doesn't really take much for me to be motivated. You know, you have no control over it, and that's a lot of energy, and I know the lightning bolts that I possess, man. I just try to keep them all in sync.
Back to the rim, Garnett on the slam follows.
When Kevin first got here, he really changed the culture of everything we did around here. His locker room presence, his desire, his determination, just his leadership.
Pierce back to Garnett for the game. Got it! Kevin Garnett with the game winner.
Whoever's writing the old comments and all that, keep doing that. I appreciate that. I don't read your column, but it gets back to me, all right?
Tonight was a ball fight, man. We knew that was going to come in with a lot of energy. Tonight was a ball fight. You ever been in a ball fight?
The jungle was rocking tonight. I want to thank all the fans that came out. The jungle was rocking tonight. You know how the ATF, when they kick a door in, that's what it's like. C4's on the door, everybody's covered up. It's like being in a Lamborghini doing 200 with your head stuck out the window. That's what this last...
You done that, man?
I don't have a Lamborghini to begin with. Other times, man, I feel like I've just dipped my head into a bucket of water and stepped outside when it's a 20 below day, and I'm like... That's what it feels like. That's what it feels like to be in the NBA.
Tommy Heinsohn back with us. Tommy, how did Kevin Garnett change the culture of the Celtics when he arrived?
Well, prior to Kevin being here, this team was fumbling around, and Doc Rivers put his stamp on it as a very competitive type personality. Paul Pierce became the captain of the team. But the addition of KG took it up to the upper echelon of aggressiveness, of competitiveness, of desire. And, you know, I've heard Paul Pierce say that he was involved in every aspect of what the team was doing, right down to what the chef was preparing for them. So
sounds about right.
He instilled in his ball club professionalism and a winning attitude that some of the young players who came aboard didn't realize what it took to be a winner, and he showed them.
Well, another guy that changed the culture, Tommy, maybe in terms of his work ethic, Ray Allen. You've seen thousands of basketball players. Where does Ray Allen rank in terms of his commitment, his work ethic?
Well, Ray Allen is a consummate professional, and he's an amazing athlete. To be where he was this past season and going along, he was carrying the team while KG and Paul Pierce were really trying to round it to shape, and the injuries, unfortunately for him, he got hurt, but he was very important to this ball club, and he showed what it takes to be a pro.
Surprising to some, he actually shot a career-high 45% from beyond the three-point line, but I guess we really shouldn't be surprised considering that he's made more threes than anybody in the history of the NBA.
Pierce will make the inbound pass, 4.4 seconds on the clock. And Pierce looking, gets it in. Ray Allen for the game, knocks it down! Ray Allen trying to get free. Pops out. Ray gets a look at it. Yes!
Best always work at it. The best always put the extra work into it to make sure that, you know, they're over-prepared. And so you don't have to guess. You know, when I go on the floor, I don't want to guess, am I going to be able to pull this move off, or is the ball's going to go in the basket? I just got to go and I got to work on it.
Pierce with the ball. Gets it to Ray. A three. Yes! Boston wins game one.
Guys that last, that end up being around for a long time, are the ones who end up holding records, either in the organization or in the NBA. So I always talk about my longevity, being able to hang around for a while, and then before you know it, one day you're looking up and you're saying, hey, you know, my name is under this category.
Rondo for Ray, the trailer three, got it! And Ray Allen is the all-time three-point shooting champion. No one has done it with more class, no one has done it with more style, and now no one has done it more.
Coming up, the maturation of a leader as Rajon Rondo goes from promising rookie to all-star point guard.
What a play by Rondo!
And we look back at the beginning of the Big Three era, a year capped off with the team's 17th banner. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Celtics Courtside Club, the best of the Celtics. And one of the best in the NBA is Doc Rivers. He's 25th on the all-time NBA coaching list with 546 wins, 14th on the NBA playoff win list, and 3rd on the Celtics all-time list for both wins and playoff wins. What all this means is Doc found a way to manage and work with 3 future Hall of Famers and a young point guard, something very few coaches would be able to balance.
We'll finish. Keep attacking. Keep attacking. It's really good.
You know, he's the only coach that can pretty much deal with all this, you know, this type of team. I mean, we have a lot of unique personalities, you know, especially between us 4. We're all different in our own way.
Yeah! Yes, sir! Yes, sir!
This is the place I want to be. You know, I'm a Celtic. I believe in this organization.
I love this, the team, the brand.
You should be right here, right here. Ronnie goes, but I'm going too. I should be going the same way at the same time.
Doc is a different breed. He's dealing with different breeds of guys. Like you say, you know, the four of us are very different, but alike in a lot of ways. And we have other personalities in our locker room that are strong presence.
We have nothing to say here. Y'all understand that? All right, listen, we got to go get it.
We have a great relationship with owners, management, and coaching that I think is unique, and I think it's hard to find in our business, and I think he appreciates that.
I think only a guy who's played in the league can understand this group. Somebody else probably wouldn't be able to coach us and bring us together like we are each and every year with new groups of guys and, you know, kind of just every year bring us together and mesh all our personalities.
Tommy, no question, Doc Rivers sticking around for the next couple of years will have a huge impact on this team moving forward. He affects everybody in that locker room, maybe none more so than Rajon Rondo.
Well, he allowed Rajon Rondo to really become a great professional player. Rondo, I think, was having trouble with various coaches who were trying to stick a square peg into a round hole. He's a brilliant basketball mind, Rajon Rondo, and I think because Doc Rivers was a point guard himself, he recognized the basketball intelligence of Rondo and the competitiveness and the will to win. So he kind of honed that. He brought him along beautifully, and right now Rondo is going to be the leader of this team for a long, long time.
It's funny, they have a father-son relationship, but through that relationship and his experience as a point guard, he's been able to motivate Rondo from, you know, a young star that was surrounded by plenty bigger stars to a guy who's now the future of the Celtics franchise.
You know, the thing that I've seen in Rajon when I first got here, I wouldn't say he was insecure, but he was a bit insecure, quiet to himself. And I've seen this hunger grow within this kid from, you know, 2-3 years that I've been here, and everything that was labeled potential had to be shipped over, and you start using the word fact.
Oh, what a pass! Rajon Rondo with a brilliant performance, the triple-double.
I just think Rondo being around veteran guys from the start has really helped him because, you know, you look at a guy, he come in and play with a lot of young guys. He doesn't get for one, he doesn't get the playoff experience or championship that he has. And by being around veterans, he's matured a lot faster than he probably would.
Each year you see the maturity level go up. You see him go from, you know, kind of reserved on what he says to just all out, this is what it is, deal with it. And I like that because there's no nonsense.
For me, that's where I'm the most proud of Rondo. You know, I thought he was phenomenal in that regard. I thought he was our leader on the floor. I thought he did so many things where he had to give of himself for the team, for the better of the team. He just did so many things, and for a coach, I think that's where I'm the most proud of him.
You know, you have to lead by example, and we follow Rondo for a reason.
Off the deflection, he'll get it back. Rondo takes it away. Rondo motoring up the court for two.
You know, I think it's sped up his growth, being around guys like me, Ray, and Kevin, to where he's one of the premier guards today. And then hopefully when we're done and we leave, he can and be the best point guard in the NBA.
When we come back, we look back at how this impressive Celtics 5-year run began. Stay with us. Welcome back to Celtics Courtside Club, the best of the Celtics. It sure was a quick change of direction for the season. The 12 seasons before the Big Three, the Celtics had a .425 winning percentage and had won just 16 playoff games. In the 5 years since, they won almost 70% of their games and have 54 playoff wins. Tommy, when you think about the last 5 years, what sticks out to you?
Well, a competitiveness of players who played for other teams and how their competitiveness was honed, and then how Doc Rivers took them, like in the very first day they showed up together on the duck boat ride and said, this could be for you. This is what happens to champions. So he motivated them right away. They had a willingness to get together, blend their talents, They didn't want to be individual stars anymore. They wanted to be known as winners. And they blended their personalities and their egos together into a championship team. And it was great to watch because they reminded me of the teams I played on.
Yeah, it's been very, very special. Tommy Heinsohn, thank you so much for being with us. We're going to wrap up the show with the way that it all began. The 07-08 title run campaign, starting with a press conference with the Big Three announcing they would come together and ending with a championship.
I think this is something that we look forward to. This is something that we want at this point in our careers. This is a dream come true for me. I mean, like I said, I feel like a rookie again. Right now, we just landed in Rome. We're ready to start off training camp.
I haven't had this much fun in a long time. And I'm enjoying it every day. Every day.
Ray Allen buries a three.
We all had a great time in both Rome and here in London. And we learned on this trip, all of us, just how great London is and definitely Rome. It's a different culture. We've taken to it and we've enjoyed it.
KG! This is just the way they used to introduce you in the old days, right?
Whoop-de-doo, and I want to tell you, the smoke may not clear out of here until the second half. Fireworks and all of that great stuff. And this team and this crowd are really pumped up for the start of this season.
Oh, Garnett with the swat. Kicked off by Pierce. Ray Allen for the game. Got it at the buzzer. Calfair. Knocked away. Ball game. Kevin Garnett.
This is about the journey. We keep talking about that. We got to take this one game at a time.
Pachulia, the foul, and one. It's rocking here in Boston. Gonna be a shootout. Rondo for Paul Pierce. Steps to 18 feet. Jumper. Got another one.
Tonight was basically get the ball to Paul Pierce, get the hell out the way. That was the game plan. That's what we did.
The Celtics are going back to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Last year, 24 wins. This year, 66 victories. Best in the NBA. The Boston Celtics getting ready for their date with the LA Lakers in the NBA Finals. The Celtics turn in one of the great comebacks in NBA playoff history. Down 24 in the second quarter. They come back and win game 4.
One more! Hey, let's go! One more, Steve!
Here's to Garnett. Garnett inside. Backs it in. And a foul. What a play from Kevin Garnett.
After a 22-year absence, the Boston Celtics are NBA champions once again.
Yo, we made you proud. You did, Thank you for everything, man.
It's one thing to talk about it, another thing to go out and do it, and we did it. And Kevin, myself, and Ray, we sacrificed so much of what we did throughout our careers to get to this point, because everything we've been able to do individually, won all type of awards, but never made it to the mountaintop. And today, it's like a breath of fresh air.
Let's go! Yes, sir! Yes, sir! 17!
I want y'all to know this is the official party in the locker room. You have official pass right now. I'm your host, Kevin Garnett, a.k.a. the champion for the evening.
Woo! Can you explain best you can in words?
Yeah, I can explain it. I can explain it. We won! We won! We won!
Man, this started since I was like 9 years old. It's been a 21-year journey. That's what makes it all sweet.
The game's original monarchy has regained the throne. It is the end of a 22-year odyssey. It is the very definition of full circle. It is banner 17. The mission statement is mission accomplished.
How sweet it is.